My name is David. I'm a disabled cardiologist, and I have been in good health my whole life. And mild back pain here and there, but never serious, never treated except for ibuprofen, PRN, 5 days out of a year, 2 to 3 years in a decade. And so very rare, and other minor issues. And all of a sudden got severe pains in my back, hips, and knees when I was getting off a plane to travel for a funeral or illness of someone. And I was in such severe pain that I wasn't at home, and I could not even roll in bed. And I had a low-grade fever, and I was admitted to a tertiary medical center in the United States, where I was kept for 2 weeks, almost put in the ICU, and had incredibly high inflammatory markers. And the working diagnosis until day 8, when an excellent rheumatologist figured things out, was that I had either malaria, Zika virus, abscesses in my spine, so severe, but various infections, and they were all excluded, had TAPs, and they couldn't find purulent material. And it was really, really tough on me, actually, being on the wrong side of the stethoscope. At day 8 or 9, one of the rheumatology fellows realized, wow, this doctor is really responding to IV Toradol, and his pain was better on those days. And the facet effusions in my spine were more stable. I was able to get out of bed somewhat. And I went home on day 14, and then after 2 weeks at home, I went back to work part-time, and I was having a lot of difficulty. I was on numerous medications, narcotics, prednisone, high-dose colchicine, and lidocaine patches, went into physical therapy, and realized I couldn't continue working as a doctor 60 to 70 hours a week. I just couldn't physically do it because the pains in the knees and the back and the neck were severe, and better than the first 2 weeks, but not great. And I then went on full disability from the practice, and then I've been disabled and essentially retired since 2017. Currently, I walk with a cane almost all the time, sometimes walk without it. I have lidocaine, naproxen twice a day, acetaminophen 3,000 milligrams a day, colchicine 0.6 BID, all sorts of medicines to control the pain. And I'm better. I'm actually trying to do low-grade exercises on a treadmill. I can walk 50 to 100 feet without having to stop. My balance is not great. I had epidurals 3 times, and it helped for a day or two. And I have concomitant CPPD that is all over the spine, the neck, the lower spine, the neck, the hips, the knees, clavicles. But it's better. I'm doing all right. I'm tolerating it. The impact on my life has been severe. The initial presentation was what I have learned as a non-rheumatologist that I am a cardiologist. I've heard of pseudo-gout, but it was like being hit by a truck or a baseball bat in my spine. It was just incredible pain. And it just continued with fevers and chills. And that first 2 weeks was nuts. And certainly gotten so much better since then. For clinicians and aspects that need to be highlighted in CPPD research and just its effects, I think the key for me, and to say to everyone, frankly, whether it's family practice, primary care, internists, and of course even rheumatologists, is just to add to the knowledge base. Rheumatologists know it's there, but the varying presentations are notable and prominent, mostly incidental findings. But of course, some patients like me have an acute CPPD flare, and it usually resolves quickly. Mine has been more indolent. But especially to the non-rheumatologist, I think the knowledge for the diagnosis of CPPD is very, very important. People need to know it exists so they can treat it. And then the other thing is, of course, better drugs than colchicine. Anakinra might be useful, but I was offered it twice and then told it probably wouldn't work. There are other drugs that are coming down the line.